The question of what happens after death is one of humanity's oldest and most profound mysteries, addressed by science, philosophy, religion, and personal reflection. Theories about post-death existence vary widely, reflecting cultural, spiritual, and individual perspectives. We'll explore the main theories surrounding this question, spanning materialistic interpretations, spiritual beliefs, and philosophical insights. The materialistic perspective. From a materialistic standpoint, death marks a cessation of consciousness and the functioning of the body. According to this view, rooted in modern science, biological death, the body undergoes biological processes like decomposition. Without brain activity, consciousness ceases, as it is seen as a byproduct of neurological function. Neurological basis: scientists suggest that consciousness is deeply tied to brain function, specifically the interactions of neurons. Upon death, these interactions stop, leading to an irreversible loss of perception, memory, and self-awareness. Finality of death: this perspective often asserts that death is the end, with no continuation of the self or soul. While this perspective dominates scientific discourse, it leaves room for exploration of phenomena like near-death experiences, NDEs, which challenge strictly materialistic interpretations. The spiritual and religious views: most religions provide frameworks for understanding what happens after death, often involving a continuation of the soul or spirit. Christian doctrine posits that after death, the soul faces judgment and enters either heaven, hell, or purgatory, depending on one's earthly life. Resurrection and eternal life are central themes, emphasizing moral conduct and faith. Islam: in Islam, life after death, akhirah, is fundamental. Souls await the day of judgment in the grave, after which they are rewarded with paradise, Jannah, or punished in hell, Jahannam. Hinduism and reincarnation: Hinduism teaches that the soul, Atman, is eternal and undergoes cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara. Karma, the law of cause and effect, influences the form of one's next life. Liberation, moksha, from this cycle is the ultimate goal. Buddhism shares the concept of rebirth but lacks the notion of a permanent soul. Instead, consciousness continues through samsara until enlightenment, nirvana, is achieved, ending the cycle of suffering. Judaism: Jewish views on the afterlife are diverse. Some believe in bodily resurrection and an eternal soul, while others emphasize ethical living over speculating about post-death existence. Near-death experiences: NDEs. Near-death experiences have been reported by individuals who have come close to dying but were revived. These accounts often include tunnel of light, a common vision of moving toward a bright, peaceful light. Out-of-body experiences: perceiving one's own body from an external perspective. Encounters with beings, meeting deceased loved ones or spiritual entities. Heightened awareness, feeling an intense sense of understanding and peace. NDEs challenge materialistic views, as they occur even when brain activity is minimal or absent. Some scientists suggest these experiences result from physiological processes like oxygen deprivation, while others propose metaphysical explanations. Philosophical interpretations: philosophy provides diverse interpretations of death and its aftermath, often focusing on consciousness and the nature of existence. Dualism: prominent in the works of René Descartes, dualism posits a separation between the body and the soul or mind. After death, the immaterial aspect of a person, the soul, may persist independently. Existentialism: existential philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger emphasize living authentically in the face of mortality. Death, according to them, gives life meaning, as it underscores the urgency to create purpose in an otherwise indifferent universe. Panpsychism: a modern philosophical theory, panpsychism suggests that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of the universe. This raises questions about whether consciousness dissipates entirely at death or merges with a larger universal mind. Quantum and scientific mysticism: some theories intersect science and spirituality, offering speculative ideas about post-death existence. Quantum consciousness: physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff propose that consciousness arises from quantum processes in the brain. If true, This raises the possibility that some aspect of consciousness could persist after death at the quantum level. Multiverse theory. Advocates of the multiverse theory speculate that death in one universe might lead to existence in another, as countless parallel universes could host versions of our consciousness. Cultural interpretations of the afterlife. Different cultures throughout history have provided unique perspectives on what happens after death. Ancient Egyptian beliefs. The Egyptians believed in an elaborate afterlife, where the soul journeyed through the underworld and faced judgment by Osiris. Indigenous views. Many indigenous cultures view death as a transition rather than an end, with spirits of the deceased continuing to influence the living. Secular humanism. A more modern cultural perspective suggests that our afterlife is a legacy and memories we leave behind. Reincarnation and past life memories. Reincarnation theories, found in religions like Hinduism and Buddhism, have also been supported anecdotally by cases of past life memories, particularly in children. Researchers like Dr. Ian Stevenson have documented cases where individuals recall specific, verifiable details of lives they could not have known otherwise. Simulation hypothesis. One speculative modern theory is the idea that our reality is a simulation. If true, death might signify exiting the simulation or transitioning to another layer of existence. This hypothesis ties into broader discussions about consciousness and the nature of reality. Personal and experiential beliefs. Many people form personal beliefs about death based on their experiences, cultural background, and emotional needs. These views often blend elements of the aforementioned theories, offering comfort and meaning. The question of what happens after death remains unanswered, as it lies at the intersection of science, philosophy, and spirituality. While materialistic views emphasize the finality of death, religious doctrines offer hope of continuity, and scientific theories speculate on consciousness's enigmatic nature. Ultimately, our perspectives on death shape how we live, underscoring its profound significance in the human experience. Whether we find the answer or not, the journey of exploration continues to inspire curiosity and reflection.